What's up, YouTube? We are back again with another video, and this video is going to be about the company that you keep. I'm 26 years old, and this video is for all my 20-year-olds. You know, you might be 17, turning 18. You think you're a grown man now. You think your parents don't know what they're talking about. You know, you're feeling yourself. You feel like you got all the answers, and I'm here to tell you that you don't. But there's one thing that I do want to touch on, which is the company you keep, so you guys can kind of avoid these red flags. And align yourself with people that will help you grow in the areas that you should, especially as a young man, right? So first, we're gonna start off with, 3 people that I know that I met in my early 20s. They all are, and at the time, were drastically older than me. That was my friend, Mr. Moody, my friend, Miss Carolyn, and my friend, Glenn Anderson. Mr. Moody owned a supermarket in Israel, I believe it was, and he had a couple other businesses. Miss Carolyn, was an investor, came from a very prominent family, and just was filled with information, man. Not even just about like managing your finances, but just how to carry yourself, proudly. And then my friend Glenn was in real estate. He had a ton of information that I still refer back to this day. And so I'm gonna tell you the people that you guys should stay away from, especially when you're in your early 20s. People that spend a lot of their time in the nightlife scene, people that are consuming a lot of drugs, and your male friends that are constantly chasing after women. Those 3 will definitely make sure that by the time you're my age, you're a bum. Like that will definitely increase the chances of that, because those are terrible mixes. Drugs, partying, women, all 3 of those, it will only lead to disaster. And so let's go back to talking about my friend, Mr. Moody. So my friend, Mr. Moody, owned a couple businesses. He was the first person that really, sat me down and talked to me about business, profit and loss. And, I've always been a numbers guy. I went to University of Central Florida and got a degree in finance. But prior to that, I wanted to just sit and listen to older people just talk about numbers. Like I've always just been drawn to that. And I met Mr. Moody before I met Miss Carolyn. And I did work for him as well. So I would mow his grass, I would pull his weeds. And then once I was done with that, we'll go inside and he'd make breakfast and we'd just sit and just talk about, business and stuff like that. And so from an early point in my life, I knew I wanted to approach entrepreneurship. I just didn't know like in what business or how, pretty much. This is way before going into college. This is, going into high school, so I wasn't even sure of myself or who I was at this point. Miss Carolyn was also very impactful. She was, she did investing. She worked, in luxury retail. She knew a lot of prominent people. And so more than anything, what I learned from her was just how to carry myself as a man, how to come off as someone that is to be taken seriously, how to, just the things that people don't really value anymore, how to walk, how to talk, how to shake someone's hand, the things that, like I said, wearing your pants on your waist, making sure you iron your clothes, like the things that, like I said, people don't value anymore. And then Glenn was my friend that, he was into, real estate, he was into investing. Carolyn was too. He was into stocks and bonds and all of those things. And so, I'm probably like 18 at this point, and I'm getting all this information from these 3 individuals, and there's other individuals in my life that put me onto these type of information early, but I naturally gravitated to these people because I truly wanted to learn. And so I say that to say for you youth out there, I'm not much older than you. I'm 26. My 13-year-old brother swears like I'm an old man. He thinks that 26 is old, but I'm here to tell you guys it's just the start of a journey, pretty much. And so I'm pretty much trying to give you guys some good advice so that by the time you get to the start of the journey, you have a little bit more tools than someone that is your age. And you can simply do that just by the company you keep. And so surround yourself with people that want to be better, people that are progressive, people that want to, be someone, people that wake up and have a drive to just be better, right? And where do you find these people? Typically, you find these people in places that you don't like to go, whether that's in the library, whether that's, at work. I met Mr. Moody in my neighborhood. These were all my neighbors. Glenn I actually met in real estate school when I was 17, and that's a whole nother story. But when you go into places where you're pushing the envelope of wanting to just succeed and wanting to learn, you're gonna meet other people there. You're gonna meet like-minded individuals, and knowing these people will drastically affect your future. So I'll tell you guys a quick story about the reason why I sold my car in the first place. So I had a 2019 Dodge Challenger, Destroyer Gray. I bought this car in 2019 with like 0 miles on it, right? And I remember driving home and I was feeling so great, and the same day I bought this car, I stopped by Mr. Moody's house and he came out and he saw it. And this guy, was a millionaire, and he had a 2008 Mercedes-Benz. So this is an 11-year car, I'm 19 years old at the time with this $40-something thousand car, and I don't have a fucking $1 million, that's for damn sure. And so it was like eye-opening to have someone that was, that had it figured out financially, that sat me down and pretty much told me how this was just a stupid decision. Because just think about what $40,000 could buy you or could, invest in, but here I am making payments on something that's losing value, right? Which is pretty much how he explained it. And so having people like that in your life can definitely help you, steer clear from making damaging decisions early. Because I then went on to selling that car, and then ever since that, I've never financed a car ever. I've purchased all my cars cash, which then allows you to have that much more free cash that you can invest in things that matters, like stocks, bonds, maybe a business if you plan on owning one, right? So that's how Mr. Moody was very impactful. And now Miss Carolyn, like I mentioned, she was really like affluent in like the way she was raised. She came from a very noble, family that did a lot of great things for Black people. And so her whole thing was just, the way that you speak to people, the way you carry yourself, the way that, you dress, like all those things matter. Because unless you want to, accept it or not, people are making, assumptions based on what they visually see before you open your mouth. And so that's very important as well. And then Glenn, opening my eyes to, all these other types of investment, it just made me well-rounded. And so put yourself in a place where you can be around individuals that are gonna help you get to where you wanna go. They're gonna help you grow, and stay away from people that are gonna drag you down, I learned very early that misery loves company. And so, try to stay away from the unhappy and the unlucky. I know it might sound a certain type of way, but that's the best advice that I can give to anyone that's in their early 20s. Stay away from the unhappy and the unlucky. They'll only bring you down with them. And surround yourself with people that can get, put you on the game. People that can tell you, hey, maybe you shouldn't do that. Or if you do that, let me show you what's the right way to do it. That will definitely affect your future in a positive way. And so thank y'all for tuning in to this video. Y'all rocking with Sean Finn. Y'all comment, subscribe, share this video, and subscribe. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe. This channel is going to be all about just spitting game and just sharing some things that I have been able to receive from people out there that, you can take the time to find those people and receive yourself. And so catch y'all in the next one.